To be young and in Paris and in love. Well, okay, maybe that last part doesn't necessarily work out so well in this case, but today, on day 144 of the year of vlogging dangerously, we are going to be talking about Midnight in Paris. Yes, this movie, wow, that introduction was kind of crap, but I'm going to keep it anyway because that's what I do. I just keep rolling with things. But Movie May continues with this departure from my usual type of movies that I watch of late. This movie, Midnight in Paris, was written and directed by Woody Allen, and as long as I have been aware of cinema and film and watching movies, um, I've had an unawareness of, and of course have to be blind, deaf, dumb, and stupid not to be aware of Woody Allen and his talent. I've watched quite a few Woody Allen films over the years, but he's always been one of those guys that I haven't been in the right place to appreciate. And this movie, which was suggested to me by several people because I'm a writer, was a movie that resonates. It's about a young man, played by Owen Wilson, named Gil Penner, he's a writer. He's a Hollywood hack, as he self-describes himself. He's the screenwriter who's grappling with what he finds, with the life he has and the perfect life he would love to live. Him and his fiancée are in Paris, tagging along with her parents who are there on business, and he finds himself kind of in this nostalgic mood. And nostalgia is a very big thing with him. He's got a novel, in fact, written about a guy who works at a nostalgia shop, and it's never really discussed what this person does other than work at a nostalgia shop, but the theme is very obvious. It's a movie about exploring your relationship with the present, the unsatisfactory nature of your present, and looking back at the golden age and trying to find what your golden age is. But it's also about slipping away from the obsession with that golden age. And it is delivered to us in this movie with, well, of all things, time travel. Yes, Gil finds himself in Paris at midnight on a lonely street corner, a little bit tipsy, and a classic Peugeot pulls up. And he is invited in very passionately by the people inside to come to a party. And he doesn't know who these people are, or where they're going, but he ends up at this party with Scott and Zelda Fitzgerald, both of them authors from the 1920s. And from that one ride evolves this crazy journey where every night he goes to a different part of Paris in the 20s, meets a grand cast of characters. The cast in this movie is just absolutely phenomenal. And he just explores his writing, his life in general. There's musings on life and death, on nostalgia, on the past, on an obsession with it, on moving into the future, on writing. And writing is a huge thing in this book, or in this movie, and I love it for that. I do. It's about grappling with that awareness of the past, but without getting lost in it. And yes, there are a lot of standout performances in this movie. A lot of standout performances. Owen Wilson, not exactly my favorite actor, I'll tell you that. He tends to be brainless and dull in a lot of the stuff he does. It tends to be banal, silly crap. Okay? I love silly crap, I do, but even Owen Wilson tends to bring out the stupidest in plots. He does. And the thing is, he's that guy who's in those silly, stupid movies, and he doesn't embrace it. He's kind of that step out of, like, I'm a little bit better than this, in his silly, philosophical surfer sort of way. But he isn't. In this movie, though, fantastic performance by him. It was a good performance. He's very engaging, he's likable, and it's very easy. It would seem very easy to me, in a Woody Allen flick, directed by Woody Allen, written by Woody Allen, obviously with Woody Allen being the kind of guy that writes main characters with himself in mind, because he did star in a lot of his own stuff, yeah. It would be easy to be trying to channel Woody Allen, and he doesn't. There's a little tiny bit of it in there, a tiny bit of it, but that's in the writing, not in the acting, and it's very well done. For me, though, the standouts, Adrian Brody as Salvador Dali, a Dali obsessed with rhinoceroses. It's so utterly perfect. The fact that Dali hangs out with Man Ray and Buñuel and like the early surrealist filmmakers and photographers, and it's an amazing performance. It's amazingly fun. Let's see, Alison Pill as Zelda Fitzgerald. Oh, so great. And of course, my personal favorite in the whole thing, and I got to read me some Hemingway, but Corey Stoll playing Hemingway as a man who gives the best advice ever for a writer. When you're a writer, if you're a writer, you be the best. You are the best writer, no matter what. Oh, but if I'm alive, you're not the best. So that's, that whole competitive nature of writing thing. I get that. I do. You gotta jump at it. You've got to run with it, and that's a good message. And the fact that he wants to fight everybody is great too. I love it. This movie surprised me. I wasn't sure I was gonna like it, but I did. And yeah, that's Midnight in Paris, and I have, as usual, been the Zero Killer. If you have questions, concerns, comments, death threats, you know where to put them. Put them in the comment section below. I'm gonna go and do something else now, but I will see you tomorrow, and with a much, much worse movie.